May corn closed modestly higher, but did trim the earlier gains that we had seen. That May corn contract did trade over the 50-day moving average, and that was the first time it's been able to do that since December 6th. And actually, really the only time it's spent any reasonable amount of time or gotten through by more than just a penny and a quarter since October. So breaching that 50-day moving average is a big step towards a broader bounce off the lows that we have seen in the corn based in the last 3 weeks or so. However, we were not able to close up and over that 50-day moving average. And it's fairly common that when we get through a key level of resistance like that, that we at first at least come back below it. And we didn't fall apart after that. We did still close positive on the day. So that's going to be a little bit of something for everyone to take away, bulls, bears, and different for the end of the day. But it really does set up a whole lot of curiosity from a technical perspective over the course of the next few trading sessions to see how we follow this up. In the meantime, we had our weekly export sales figures. They came within expectations at 1.186 million metric tons. That is another decent number. We've seen a very consistent string of numbers just like this, which again is to say a rather decent number here over the last 5, 6, 7 weeks or so. So that's really good to see. Now, it's not a huge number. It wasn't a bullish surprise necessarily, but it was a good number. And like I said, came in right within the expectations of 800,000 to 1.4 million metric tons, really right there in the middle. And now that leaves us about 19% higher year over year on our export sales figures, which puts us right in line of where the USDA is currently estimating the final number for the marketing year, which again, that is the end of August. September 1st starts the next year marketing year. And that's coinciding with when our harvest is happening. So either way, between now and the end of August, we're right in line to hit the USDA's current target for exports. At least that's my analysis of that. Some people might think, look at that from a different seasonally weighted perspective, and they might say that we might be slightly ahead of the USDA, or potentially, I guess you could say we're slightly behind. Either way, that is open for interpretation. Either way, we'll continue to monitor that as the weeks go by. But for next week, one of the major things is that on Thursday, we have the prospective plantings report. That is one of the bigger reports of the year. That's where we see what farmer intentions are as far as acreage is concerned. By the way, that can change depending on weather or last minute things that happen. But it's good to see where our intentions lie. And we've had big conversations about where we think farmers are going to be, how they're going to stand going into this growing season. And that will give us a little bit more clarification. And it usually is a fairly big event for the market. So as we get closer to that, we'll start focusing more about it, talking more about it. And again, that should be a pretty big deal there for next week, Thursday. So everybody, lots of things to be paying attention to here for the corn market. Stay tuned, have a wonderful day, and you stay safe.